Hello and welcome to the stream. I forgot to get my little monitor set up. Give me a second here, chat. There's actually a lot of stuff. I was very busy up until maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago. So things are kind of still in a disheveled state. I hope that you're all okay with that, because if you're not, we're gonna have a problem. Alright? This ship is hard to run, and I need you to know that. By the way, it is only hard to run because I'm terrible. I want to make that also very clear. That I probably make streaming harder than it needs to be. Hello, Reboon, good to see you. Sorry, I needed something to do mindlessly while I was trying to, like, actually get my shit set up. Because I, as always, have my problem where I was, like, I was eating dinner, and, I was having a nice time, and then, I looked up, and it was 5:50. I was like, ah! So, yeah. It's Mager Hunderwalt Iceborne! That was as good of a joke as I could come up with in 10 minutes, so I hope that it was okay.
But not the good kind.
Tonight, I don't really remember what we were doing in particular and where we were, but I did, since last week, do a little bit of an update to our setup here, in that we are now, rather than the Beatotus coil and the Hornitar Greaves, we are both wearing the Gyros coil and Gyros Greaves, meaning that we have paralysis attack 4. We have max level paralysis attack. Now, we lost earplugs, and we also lost some of our attack boost, but I think that's gonna level out and be okay. We also lost 2 levels of health boost, which is a little bit more disappointing, but that's okay. I think that the paralysis attack is gonna be way, way, way more important, because I've been having a lot of fun playing Paralysis Longsword. So that's the important information that you need going into stream today. I'm not in the right place. I need to be right about there, probably. That looks good, doesn't it? Something like that? This, perhaps? Ah! Yeah, that looks fine. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Reboon? Thank you for asking. Why am I Masahiro Sakuraiing my controller right now? Alright, there we go. You have your icon ice physics, so when you drag it, it slides across the screen. I am not good enough at OBS. Just period. To do anything. I'm doing fine, had an early stream today, so I might have another one tonight. Oh, I didn't even know that you were live earlier. Again, my sleep schedule's kind of fucked up right now. Alright, so I guess we should start with... Who do we start with today? Who's vulnerable to paralysis? I want to really feel my build working. Large monster field guide, Angie, Legion, physiology, paralysis 2, Odegranis paralysis 3. Okay, well, that seems promising. You're also paralysis 3. Great. Well, fucked up sleep schedules. I get you, son. I was a college student once. I also was a college student once, until that didn't quite pan out. Yeah, let's start with don't be a jerk with the jerky. I'm excited, because the Odegaron stuff is usually very good, and it might lead to me changing my build again, but I am having a lot of fun with, as I was saying, with the paralysis longsword. So I wanted to lean into that even more. What's other interesting news? It seems like we're gonna be done with Sea of Stars, in the next, maybe even just the next 2 weeks. Which means that I am sort of scrambling, because I thought that there was, like, way more game left. I was, sort of scrambling to find out what my, next game going in on the Saturday slot is going to be. And it's hard, because I think I have, my inclination is to put another RPG there. But I also, like, there aren't a whole lot, like, okay. The main RPG that I'm thinking of that I want to put there is Soma Spirits Rebalance. Which is cool and great, aside from the one problem, which is that nobody knows what the fuck that is, and it's a game that came out like 10 years ago. But I've always wanted to play it, since I heard about it, and I saw little clips of it, as a child. I was like, oh, this game seems really cool and good. And I want to play that, but I'm worried that, like, I'm worried about having literally 0 turnout. But I mean, it's also like, if it's not going to be that, and I am going to stick with an RPG, then it's going to be something like Cassette Beasts, which is also not, I also don't think would have a tremendously good turnout. But I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I just gotta play what I want, but it's knowing, like, I don't know what I want. Because there's a part of me that wants to just, like, throw, like, a quick, like, Carto or something. I was expecting an early roar out of him. Did not quite pan out that way. Alright. Let's start getting these out on the ground. Clear up some of the effluvium. Alright, now we've got some space to work with, it seems. Oh, you got put to sleep, did you? That's not actually what I meant to do. Bum bum ba dum da ba 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 bum. No. I didn't have any levels, so that didn't really work. Bum bum ba dum ba da ba ba bum ba bum bum ba ba da 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 da. Ooh. Okay, I am now bleeding profusely. I don't have any Astera jerky, so I'm just gonna have to kind of do this the old-fashioned way. Is he stupid, chat? Alright, chat, he's stupid. Oh, how is that not my parry? Boo! Whee! How was that not parry either? Oh, there we go. There's what I was looking for. Alright, and now we wail on the boy. Okay, so that was not a terribly long paralysis, but unless it was Jiro's paralysis, it might not have been me. There are plenty of Jiros hanging around. Oh, God. You know, I've just had a terrible thought. that I may not have. What are you confused about, Regan? That I may not have upgraded this armor when I made it. I might have forgotten. He's leaving. All right, that's fine. That went all right. Gotta get back into the swing of things. Oh, okay. Odegaron is a real different kind of a fight in this game. It's very sort of stands on its own in comparison to, I think, many of the other fights that feel a little bit more samey. Alright, I think that's all the effluvium gone that I'm gonna need going. You just dragging that Legiana around? Where the fuck are you going? Excuse me? Alright, fine. Fuck you too. Give me these back. 'Cause I think I had 2 at least. Yeah, it's more. Where did he go? Oh, right. The game won't tell me because I'm engaged. God, I hate Monster Hunter World. Bum 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 bum. I like that Valhazak. I think the Valhazak is cool. I don't like that he has a gas move that just halves your health. I think that's a little lame, but I like it better. I like the Valhazak conceptually very much, as opposed to... Do I want to... I mean, I've definitely talked about this before. I fucking hate the Nergigante, and I don't understand why people like it so much. Just eat nut and it's fine. No, yeah, I get it. I just... You know... The slate of world monsters is not my thing. A smattering, perhaps. Oh, boy. Okay. Yo. I don't even hate, it has nothing to do with the Nergigante being hard or easy or any of that. It's just the fact that the Nergigante is lame as hell. Yeah, like, oh, it eats other Elder Dragons. Okay, how? It's strong! Okay, I guess. Fine. I don't know. It's a nothing burger of an Elder Dragon for me. It doesn't do anything interesting. There's no, like, good ecology about it. And the fight and its characteristics just amount to, it's really big. And I'm like, okay. And I don't find that interesting or engaging. That's why I like things that are, I'm not gonna say high concept, because I don't necessarily think that anything in Monster Hunter is particularly high concept. But in comparison, like, I think the Valstrax is really great. Because the Valstrax has, like, a very clear idea, and you understand how it, like, fights and beats other things, and, like, you get it. But there's no reason that I've been able to observe that, like, the Nergigante can beat an Odegaron, aside from the fact that the Nergigante is just big. It's just big and mean, and, like, that's, like, there's nothing else about it that I find particularly interesting. I don't like the Palumu very much. I like the Nightshade Palumu, actually. I think the Nightshade Palumu is a huge improvement over the regular Palumu, because I find the Palumu to also just be... Again, conceptually, I think the Palumu is cool, but it just doesn't actually do anything very interesting. Whereas the Nightshade Palumu takes the wind mechanics and then combines it with sleep, and it's like a it's I like the Nightshade Palumu a lot. The rat balloon is funny, but humor alone makes a good monster not. Or makes not a good monster, I suppose would be more correct. My favorite non-Elder Dragon monster. My favorite non-Elder Dragon monster from this game. From base world, because that's what I can speak on right now. My immediate thought is that it's the Odogaron, but I don't know. I think just the Odogaron is so different than the rest of the game that I have a disposition to like it. But it is also like, I don't know. I'm also still biased against the Odogaron, because from my perspective, he's just as someone who fought the Lunagaron first, I see the Odogaron as just a less interesting Lunagaron. The Radabon, I think, is cool. It is a reskinned Uragan. And as someone who is familiar with the Uragan, I'm not as infatuated with it. I do think it's definitely cool. I think it's a cool monster. I don't know why it deals sleep. I don't understand what that's supposed to be about. Like, thematically or mechanically. I don't get that at all. Yeah, I guess it would probably be... Honestly, I think maybe a good answer is, for me, the Tobi-Kadachi. I'm a big Tobi-Kadachi fan. I think that it's great and different and is a good, early game Thunder monster. Because early game Thunder monsters can be a real pain in the dick in the Monster Hunter series. And the Tobi-Kadachi isn't that. And it's a good building block for the faster, smaller monsters like the Odogaron, and its place in the game, I think, is great. I would say, what are good things I could say about the game? Right now I'm having a hard time focusing. I apologize. I'm slightly occupied. Yeah, Tobi is great. I'll tell you what, I really, really like... This isn't base world, obviously, but I really, really like the Benbaro, a lot. I think that, the big deer is not quite something that had been done yet. And even then, they... Aside from it just being a big deer, they, make it push things around and carry things and throw things with its horns, and that's fun and interesting, and is, makes some thematic and mechanical sense for the fight. So I'm a big Benbaro fan. I wish that his armor had good skills on it, but, c'est la vie. What else? Granted, but I've barely scratched the surface of Iceborne at this point, so that's still, because I think the Bonbaro... Yeah, if it's talking about new monsters, I think the Bonbaro is the only new one that I have fought in Iceborne so far, aside from, the variants, obviously. And I've already sort of made a comment on that. I haven't fought a full Garanjanath yet, but I'm excited about it. And I'm also just... Right now, I'm struggling to even think of what monsters were new to World. throw out some options. I need talking points, but I can't think. Alright, good enough. Odogaron, Radabon, Great Jagras, Great Gyros. Topikidachi was new. Fucking Anjanath. Oh, Anjanath was new to this game. Oh, fuck. I don't know why. I talked about the Fulgur Anjanath and did not make the connection that Anjanath was new to this game. I like Anjanath a lot. I wish his design was a little bit more, I don't know, flamboyant, for lack of a better word. I like that he's like a feathered, furred dinosaur, but I think that they should have gone like way further with that. In terms of the actual fight, it's okay. It's a lot of hip checks, which is fine. Plenty of monsters just have a lot of those. I don't know why, I said I like it a lot, and now I'm like down talking it. It's complicated. But Anjanath is new to this game. I think he's a good addition. I like him in Rise a lot, but that's, I'm biased because that's where I first met him. So yeah, of course I like that. Who else is new in this game? Palumu, Legiana. I think the Legiana is pretty underwhelming. It's like it's a big monster that, do you still not see me? Dog? Hello? Hi? There you go. That was weird. My, map outline was still purple. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, I think the Legiana is fine. For the purpose that it's trying to serve, but that it's just that it's an ice monster. Okay, fine. It's the only one in the game. Dog has trouble seeing color. That's true. I think the only thing that makes me like the Legiana is the fact that it is unique in base world for being an ice monster, but that's not a compliment to the Legiana. That's a failure of world. In my opinion. Dude, who else? Tsitsiyaku is lame. It's a cool idea, but he'll like stun you and then not do anything and just kind of look at you. So it ends up sort of just being a non-event. Wow, unbelievable. No? Sorry, I thought that we were getting a roar. That still works. Hip check? No, not hip check. Is there anything new? Puke. I'm a huge fan of the Puke. I think the Puke is a fantastic monster, and is someone that I've actually been, like, I'm happy to see him continuing to come back. And I think he's a great, I don't know. To me, the Puke is the Puke is just sort of a flat improvement over the, There's an old monster that you may or may not be aware of, the Gypceros, Gypceros, something. I don't know, I can't remember how the name is spelled, and I also never really figured out how to pronounce it as a child. But it's like the Tsitsiyaku is replacing the Gypceros. They're very similar in many ways, I would say. In that they're both, like, fucking spastics who spit poison. But the there are things that I like about the Gypceros, namely, the Gypceros is it's like a big turkey. It's a bird wyvern. Which actually, is the Puke Puke a bird wyvern? It has feathers. I don't know. I don't know what it's classified as. But it's an early game poisonous bird wyvern. Yeah, the Puke is great. I think that it's where was I going with this? Please let me heal my bleed. Please let me heal my bleed. Damn it. Gypceros was kind of always an annoying one to fight, even though it had these like weird incidental things that made it very cool. Like specifically, it's the only monster that I am familiar with that has ever like played dead. It will pretend to faint. Do you know that, actually, I guess before well, I've already started. Because you're not like an old head Monster Hunter player, are you? You started with World Reboon, unless I'm mistaken. Wow, that was embarrassing. Boop. Bip. Ow! Oh, really? Okay, so then you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, so there's this old monster called a Gypceros. It's like a big turkey. It spat poison, and it had this, like, bulb on its head that it would use to, basically flashbang people. I think its tongue, like, I think its tongue did extend. It really is very much like the Puke Puke. Well, you could play Rise. You could play the better 5th gen game. And if you wanted to play Rise, I would play Rise with you. I would love to teach you Monster Hunter Rise. That would be great. I would love to do that. And yeah, I mean, there's the whole, like, all the old Monster Hunter games are still good. They still exist. GU is still being played, and it's the best one. Oh, he's not even in sleeping territory. I thought that he was. But yeah, I will say, if you liked World, but you, like, weren't sticking with it, I genuinely would recommend trying a different Monster Hunter game that's better. Because I've talked about this a lot. This is a fine game. It's not a very good Monster Hunter game. I digress. You should play Rise. Although if you are going to do that, I have, like, some very specific recommendations, and then we can, shoot me a message. We'll talk about it. But the Gypceros was a monster that, basically, when it, like, got to certain damage thresholds, it would, pretend to faint and then lie on the ground, and you could actually start carving it, like, once it had, like, gotten onto the ground. But the problem would be that since it was only faking, it would take the opportunity to, like, start up this little flashbang thing, and it would stun you, while it was pretending to be fainted, and it would, like, run away. Yeah, I get that. I think, yeah, the grinding aspects, are, I don't know. Monster Hunter has actually, I feel like Monster Hunter has been getting less grindy over time. Either that, or I'm getting more used to it. I don't know, but, hello? Why did you fall? Oh, right. I keep forgetting that I have the Radabon stuff on my Palico. So I'm playing Paralysis and Sleep. I should probably make him something that also stacks Paralysis, but whatever. Having 2 different status buildups isn't necessarily a bad thing. bam, bam. But I understand that criticism, even if I don't necessarily agree with it. Ah! Woo! Okay, I have my Gilly Mantle, so bye. Fucking see ya. How are they dodging all my attacks? Who else is new to this game? I wouldn't call it a criticism, but more of it's not for me. I don't think a game being grinding is better good. It just appeals to someone that isn't for me. No, I guess I use the phrase criticism in the sense of, like, I don't like this thing and this is why. I'm like, in order to, like, lend legitimacy to what you're saying. Because I think I'm trying to make a distinction between, I have these specific reasons for why I don't like this thing, and I can explain them in a way that is cogent and intelligent, versus the alternative, which is whining. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. He went really far away, huh? That still hit though. That was incredible. Bam, 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 bam. Ow! Oh, also, reboot, I should say. I really like Penny's Big Breakaway. I get it. I get it. I'm going to continue to play it, and I've actually been searching out Let's Plays on YouTube just to watch people get up to the point that I got to. Because I'm, like, in it. I've been procrastinating on upgrading my glaive because of that, and then I apparently have to make a completely different glaive for the final boss. You don't have to do anything. Like, I'm not... If you want to run optimally, then yeah, you should make different sets that apply for different elemental weaknesses or status weaknesses, but you don't have to do any of that. Just find, like, a good raw weapon and play around that, and then you'll be fine. You don't have to play optimally in order to get through stuff. I mean, certainly certain things are very, very difficult. Like Alatreon in this game, I know, has, like, specific... Friends with a gun to my back say otherwise. Well, are they talking about Alatreon? When they say the final boss of Iceborne, are they talking about Shara Ishvalda? Because the only exception to that you don't have to do anything rule that I can think of in World is Alatreon, which you have to be running Elemental. Because if you're not running Element, then you're going to die because of Eschaton Judgment. TLDR, Alatreon has this move called Eschaton Judgment that is really hard to deal with, and you can stop him from, like, going into whatever his, like, Omega phase is by hitting him with enough elemental damage. He has like very specific DPS checks, and he's vulnerable to elemental. So it's important to be running element for Alatreon specifically. Bum bum. No. It was like a huge controversy back in the day. People got really pissed about the way that Alatreon was done, but whatever. Sorry, I was drinking water. But yeah, you don't. Yeah. Anyone who, in general, anybody who says that you have to do something a certain way in Monster Hunter is lying to you. That's one of the nice things about these games. Because, like, I don't use the slinger, I don't really use traps, I don't use bait, I don't do a ton of these things, and ostensibly I should be. But I'm doing fine. I, like, pick a thing that I want to do, and I know how the game works, so I just do that. Clockwork. Oh! What have we got? Agitator, Bombardier, Partbreaker. Partbreaker 2 is good. That's cool. I'm glad that's there. And Crit Boost. I don't really care about the rest of this, but Heartbreaker 2 is good. 4 slot, 1 slot. And the Kinsect upgrading, my Kinsect's been lagging behind because I have to get on the Pelagius sack, and the Great Heroes Bastards refuse to drop it on every single investigation. Oh, well, you might also like Rise better then. Because they changed to that. What the fuck is this now? I have hair? They redid the way that works in Rise. I mean, like, even this game is way better about Kinsect management than... Kinsects used to be a fucking nightmare. You had to get... Like, there wasn't, like, a clear tree for them. It was all, like... Once you upgraded a Kinsect, like, you couldn't go back. And it wasn't, like, treated as a piece of equipment. It was a creature that you had to nurture with nectars that you could find as, like, quest rewards, and you couldn't actually, like, go and gather anywhere. And it wasn't, like, super clear what each of them did, and there were, like, maximum thresholds for things, and it was a fucking enormous pain in the ass. And something I never really figured out in the old games, because I could not be fucked to learn. This is better. This is way better. This is so much fucking cooler. Why is this not the regular set? Holy shit, that's fucking awesome. Okay. Crit Eye 2, Speed Sharpening, Constitution, Crit Eye. There's a lot. Oh, and it only got... but this piece is so much cooler than this piece. Quick Sheathing Crit Eye. Okay, so... I don't care about that. Everything else I do. Well, I mean, all of this stuff is good. Glad to hear you're enjoying Pennies a bit more. It's unpolished, and I think that's a fair thing to say, but still super fun flavor. Oh, the game. Here's I made a comment to somebody else while I was, like, my brother walked in while I was playing it, and I made the comment to him that, like, this game is buggy like a motherfucker, which isn't really a fair thing to say. It's not buggy enough to warrant that statement. So wait a minute. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could do this, and then with my Crit Eye charm that I'm wearing, that would get me to Crit Eye 7. And I could have the cool things that I want. Not that I have a good 4 slot to put in there, but I hate this headpiece, and I really like this one. Even though I would ideally, I like this whole setup way more than this one. Because they're just better. And these long pants are fucking amazing. Yeah, I was thinking about it, and there's a great little Switch game, indie Switch game, that you probably have never heard of, called Defunct, and, that game is buggy as hell, but I still really like it. And I remember, there are things about Penny's Big Bakery that kind of reminded me of Defunct, and I went back and I thought about it. and about how I felt playing Defunct for the first time. Because the fact that I have ever played Defunct was like a total piece of happenstance, because it was on sale for like 70 cents or something like that. I found it on the eShop and I was like, sure, fuck it. So I played it, and it was really good. It's a really, really, really fucking good, cool game. It's a mess, but it's really good. It's another cool 3D platformer type thing. It's a good game. Is that out anywhere else, or is that just on Switch? Hang on. What do I have to look at here? Defunct game. Defunct is on Steam. Yeah, it's like $7. And I got it for like way less. Maybe it wasn't 70 cents. It might have been like $2. But Defunct is really good, and I highly recommend it, especially for the price. It's a good time. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I didn't know that game was on Steam. It's good that it is. In any case, maybe it even runs a little better on Steam. I don't know. Bum. Oh, there's my mouse. Do I actually want any of this? I guess I should... Let's before we jump to any conclusions about what we're making, let's keep hunting at this tier. The Odogaron stuff is generally very good, and obviously having a path to quite easily get to crit I7 is very enticing, especially for the longsword. But we'll see. I would probably be well served to switch to a raw build at some point, as opposed to my paralysis build, although I am having fun with it. This is probably not going to give me anything that I want, but we'll see. If I was playing Lance, then it probably would. But yeah, if you... Anyway, moral of the story. Monster Hunter... I don't know, there's no moral of the story. I don't have, like, a good takeaway from what I said for you, but whatever. Point is, Monster Hunter is good and that you should play it. But not this game. I will be Monster Hunter World's biggest hater until the day I die. It's not even true. I don't know. I know that that's sort of like the one consistent bit, but I don't think that I'm actually... I don't know, I don't hate this game. I don't think. Hate's a weird word. Oh, I didn't turn... Oh, that's why I'm feeling shit. I didn't turn off my phone vibration. That's why, like... I keep thinking that my controller's rumbling, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's not. It's the table is vibrating because my phone is there. Dreamtags isn't lying. That streamer can ADHD. Yeah. Yes. Like a lot, in fact. That's like, that's the point. I used to be medicated for it, and then I said, no, I don't want to anymore, so I stopped. And things are better now because of it, because I hated my meds. It's a whole long fucking conversation that I don't really want to get into on random Monster Hunter stream number, what would this be, 20, maybe? 19? 19, 20? Something like that? I don't actually know what part this would be, because I restarted my numbering, when I moved into Iceborne, just so that the playlist didn't get super ridiculously long. And I thought it was probably worth separating into two things, so that I could deal with smaller numbers. Who knows mucus? Oh, Vulgar, Angie Neff. Angie W. Neff? I've been thinking a lot recently about my content and commentary, or humor or jokes, and whatever, you know, labels you want to apply to it. And I'm like, am I any good at this? Am I adding something to what I am doing, or am I just playing video games in a chair like a lot? And you know, it's hard to try and make any kind of objective analysis of that. You're obviously going to be a very harsh critic on yourself, and you know, there's a reason that people say you're your own worst critic, or whatever the version of that phrase is. I shouldn't have added that into the story. That didn't add anything to it. Point being, I'm thinking about it a lot lately. And I don't... Where am I going with this? I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to talk about things. It's this concern that leads me to start talking about things like that, because I just want to fill dead air. But then I go and I, like, watch more of my favorite streamers, and I'm like, there's kind of a lot of dead air here, and I really like them, and a lot of other people also really like them. So, like, how bad could it be? I don't think I have that much dead air. Am I just, like, Cocomelon, and I'm just trying to keep you engaged? Am I adult Cocomelon? I don't know. I don't think so. I want to come across as, like, a thoughtful, intelligent creature, but, maybe I don't. Maybe it doesn't matter. That was a hell of a hip check you've got there, sir. Rivaling the greatest hip check in all of Monster Hunter. Is there something behind me? Are you really picking this fight right now? I would not recommend it. Yeah, he's got a better version of that move than you do. Ow. Okay, yeah, fine. Target me now just because I'm criticizing you. Alright, fine. Guess you don't want to engage in honest debate. Damn, he got fucked up. Anyway. You saying I need to focus on my gameplay? My gameplay is perfect. Okay? I never make any mistakes, and I'm a great gamer. How dare you? I am everyone's worst nightmare on that, because I chat a lot and force people to read me with my riveting commentary. I don't mind that you're chatting a bunch. Honestly, it was something that sort of tipped me off that I might want to stream at some point, because I also chatted like a motherfucker. Just like a lot. And like frequently. I was the ideal Twitch viewer. I was just giving people engagement. You know, the ideal consumer. I was addicted to the product. But I don't mind that at all. You have 4 more minutes of reboot engagement before I have to go to dinner. Speaking of that, well, how dare you have other things to do. Quickly, use buzzwords! Um. Sorry, I was watching a video. Okay. You said use buzzwords, and my brain immediately went to anti-Semitic dog whistles because I was watching a video earlier about, don't worry about it. I'm not against. I want to be very clear. We're bad. That's not a good. I'm pretty sure that should be like self-evident, and I don't need to say that. But in case I do need to say that, bad. It's bad. Don't. It's not. Okay. Yeah. Good. Good video game stream you've got here, Vice. Yeah, good. This is all. This is how you're gonna get popular. This is the kind of viral TikTok content that we're after. I'm pretty sure I know Vice enough to come to my own conclusion about his stance on that. Yeah. Well, I would hope. But it's also every stream I do, every step I take, it is like it could be somebody's first exposure to me. Every video, every VOD that I upload to YouTube could be the first thing somebody sees from me. And if it's the VOD where I'm talking about like penises and cum or whatever, like that's what it's gonna be, and that's what they're gonna think of me. And if it's the VOD where I accidentally like slip like an anti-Semitic dog whistle, not because I'm trying to do them, but because I just flow of consciousness and it was something I was thinking about earlier, then like that's also what it's gonna have to be. Like there's an inherent risk to the fact that I'm just recording hours and hours of my life every week. That's something like I'm gonna say something that's gonna be offensive to Android rights 20 fucking years from now, and it's gonna be recorded, right? Like it's gonna be there, and I'm gonna get canceled because I make a comment that's Android phobic. That's what I'm getting at. Oh god! And I'm not trying to bemoan cancel culture right now, which is what it sounds like I'm doing, and I need to reevaluate the way that I'm phrasing this tangent. I don't know. It's a long fucking... It's a lot. Yes, I'm the penis and cum man, exactly. Though I would argue, notably less so than other penis and cum, streamers. Who do you think is the definitive penis and cum streamer? And is it... I have an inclination to say that it's... Well, my first thought was Vinny, but like... Well, yes, there's lots of like Melperts and Robertsons and Johnsons and... you know, whatever. Like, I almost... It's not, like, the central feature of what he does, right? And I'm thinking that if I have to, like, focus it on a central feature, I'm probably looking for, like, I would assume, like, a lewd tumor, right? Like, I would be looking for, like, Feifei. Probably. Kofefe. I don't know. I don't watch her streams, but I would assume. So, like, that might be the angle for this. The angle of the dangle, if you will. It's directly proportional to the yeet of your meat. Wow, nice paralysis on that. I thought I was gonna whiff that. I was gonna be very mad. Probably, but I think the context of man with a terrible thing for a new viewer to come to, Vinny is up there. Oh yes, no, I totally agree. Like, whether it's you know, an alien giving birth on Sunday stream. Like, I get that. I was specifically talking about penis and cum. But yeah, in terms of, like, things to walk in on, I would say Vinny is probably the king of that just by virtue of, like, he goes out of his way to play weird, you know, maybe to use his words, to play weird, non-standard shit. So you get those clips more frequently than you would otherwise. You know, whether it's like skinless Mario or the aforementioned alien giving birth, one of my favorite Vinesauce clips of all time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should really look it up. Oh boy! It's a good video. Oh no! Oh, thank you, Mr. Diablos. Diablos, I want to tie a noose! What's that, half herb, half bird? Basil juice. Anyways, that interesting discussion I leave to make dinner. Have fun destroying the Diablos. I will! Thank you for the well wishes. I couldn't be more back on that, could I? I'm trying to get this tail off. Oh shit. Well, that was one more slice. There's an ad break! And I'm gonna break things. Limp Bizkit. What? Oh, yo ho, chaos in a hole on a sinking ship. Skip. What is that song? Wait, what? That's not a Limp Bizkit song. It just sounds like Limp Bizkit. What is that?
Well, yo ho ho, and the uppity dumb. My IQ was very low. I'm a pirate and I'm dumb. Well, I might be hiding in a barrel in the dark, or I'll walk you down the plank and I'll feed you to the sharks.
Oh, that's from Wild Woody. That's what I'm thinking of. It's like stage 2 of Wild Woody. Actually, I'm gonna play that after this, because I think I need to take a very quick BRB anyway.
Well, yo ho ho, and the uppity dumb. My IQ was very low. I'm a pirate and I'm dumb. Well, I might be hiding in a barrel in the dark.
It's good. This is Wild Woody. This is a real good game. I should play Wild Woody on stream. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. Everybody would love that. People love that game. It's topical. It's great. Oh, shit. I tried to just do a foresight slash without doing a move first. Got a big brain fart on that one. No? Alright, that's fine. Tell you what, that's something that focus mode is going to make way easier. I didn't really mess around much with it in the actual demo. But, not whiffing your round slashes after fade slashing. It's gonna be much easier if you can just kind of turn around. Yeah, Paralysis Longsword is just fun. I don't know, man. Maybe because it is easy. It's like pretty brainless. But maybe not quite so brainless that it looks brainless. Beat is... I guess that's always just what paralysis is. Ouch! Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. I'm sitting up in my gamer office chair. Okay, that could have gone better. And yeah, of course I can't eat again. Okay. Well, he's gotta be... Alright, let's just be a little bit more careful. I don't want to waste 20 minutes here. Yeah, I hear you. I get it. I really do. I'm on my way. Don't. What's the... I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about cooking dinner, but I couldn't find the words for it in time. I'm doing a really good job today. Alright. And a 1, a 2, a 3. If I could get this tail off, my life would be much better. Beep, bat, boop, beep, bat, yoink, yoink. Genuinely, that would solve so many of my problems. Trying to get the Diablo's tail off would be fantastic. It's gotta be close, right? I mean, I've really been putting in the work on this thing. Please! Why did I round slash there? What happened? I don't think I pressed that button. Oh boy, I was a little early on that, huh? Early on that one too. I'm gonna die because I keep going for foresight slashes. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba. I wonder how many times that's happened to longsword players where they're... Never mind. I fucked up that joke too. There we go! Alright, now we're cooking. Now everything's gonna be fine. He's got no tail. We're fine. Everything's gonna be good. I did the thing again where I tried to foresight slash out of nothing. Which notably does not work. What? Hey, what the fuck happened? I didn't even get to carve the tail. Oh, boy. It's real pictures taken moments before disasters if I've ever seen one. I was convinced I was gonna get off the ledge there. It's a little embarrassing, but I'll tell you what. I am gonna take a very quick break here. Because I do have to go and do something else. So, in the meantime, I don't know, stay tuned, get a drink, something. Bye!